On News Express, President Bola Tinubu sends emissaries to northern leaders. On the business, all marketers calls for privatization of refineries. On the first, United States President Joe Biden will award the Presidential Medal of Freedom. On sports, Liverpool versus Manchester United match will be postponed due to weather conditions. Hello and welcome to News Express live on Global Television, coming to you from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Edikan Michael. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air and Nicomsat. Now, in response to the mounting opposition, President Tinubu has started sending emissaries to the northern elite to clear the way for the passage of the tax reform bills. Sources of the presidency said that Tinubu was also consulting with the political class for support on the bills. An official who spoke on condition of anonymity because he was not authorized to speak to the press on the matter said, "What I know is that President Tinubu has been consulting with some of the northern elite at individual level and as groups even before the holidays." Meanwhile, the Northern Elders Forum has reiterated its opposition to the federal government's proposed tax reform bills, demanding their immediate suspension and calling for extensive dialogue with stakeholders. Now, the forum criticized the federal government for failing to engage critical stakeholders and experts before drafting the reforms. In a press statement released and signed by its management board chairman Aminu Dagasa, the forum outlined the potential adverse effects of the reforms on the northern Nigeria and the country as a whole. Dagas says it is necessary to emphasize that Nigerians in general and the northerners in particular are not opposed to good and meaningful reforms initiated by authorities at the federal, state, or local government levels. Now, the federal government has allocated a total sum of 9,940,000 to the Defense Industries Corporation of Nigeria in the 2025 appropriation bill to revamp the nation's arms production capabilities. Now, established in 1963 to manufacture weapons locally, the performance has been repeatedly questioned as Nigeria continues to rely heavily on the foreign countries for arms and ammunition. Now, successive administrations have promised to revitalize the corporation, committing significant funds to boost domestic production of weapons. And also, some senior lawyers in the country have disagreed over the prosecution of judges who were recently recommended for the compulsory retirement for falsifying their ages. The National Judicial Council, under the chairmanship of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kekere Kane, in a statement of 15 November, disclosed that two heads of the court had been recommended for the compulsory retirement over age falsification. The Chief Judge of the Imo State High Court, Justice T.J. Chukwemeka, was recommended for compulsory retirement. Similarly, the NJC also directed the Grand Kadi of Yobe State, Kadi Bamagana, who had three different dates of birth, 10 December, 28 January, and July, all in 1959, with the actual date of birth being 1952, to go on a compulsory retirement. The Commander 211 Quick Response Group of the Nigerian Air Force, Owerri Air Commodore David Bello, has restated the NAF's commitment to the welfare of its veterans in Imo State. Bello started these at the 2024 Base Social Cultural Activities and Chief of Air Stars Pali, organized by the NAF in Owerri, the state capital, on Saturday. The commander, who thanked the veterans for their years of dedicated service to Nigeria, assured them of continued protection and cooperation. He said that the socio-cultural activities were aimed at further strengthening the civil-military relations, especially with NAF's host communities. And now, the governor of Enugu State, Peter Mbah, and his Anambra State counterpart, Professor Charles Soludo, have pressed President Bola Tinubu for his commitment to the development of the Southeast region following his official visit to Enugu. Tinubu's visits, they said, underscored that his administration focused on regional development. During the visit, the president commissioned several projects executed by Mbah, including smart green schools, rural roads, 150 patrol vehicles fitted with AR embedded surveillance cameras, and the Type 2 primary healthcare centers part of the ongoing construction of 260 such centers across the state awards. The other project inaugurated included the International Conference Center, upgraded Oba Road in Enugu City, and the State-of-the-Art Command and the Control Center. President Tinubu has said his administration will complete the Eastern Rail Line connecting the Port Harcourt in the oil-rich Niger Delta to Maiduguri in the northeastern Nigeria. Tinubu gave the assurance during an interactive session with Southeast leaders during his official visit to Enugu State on Saturday. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, revealed these in a statement titled, President Tinubu Eastern Rail Line will be completed and Anambra Basin will receive development support on Saturday. Now, the Eastern Rail Line project aims to reconstruct and expand the existing narrow gauge railway connecting Port Harcourt and Maiduguri. The process of appointing officials to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has come under scrutiny, with stakeholders urging reforms to safeguard Nigeria's electoral integrity. Some media report that the call for change is one of the 142 recommendations derived from the post-election reviews and the stakeholder engagement documented by INEC. The stakeholders include civil society organizations, transport unions, media executives, and political parties, among others. Concerns about alleged partisanship and questions regarding the qualification of some appointees have raised doubt about the INEC's neutrality and leading to debate about its credibility. Respected Nigerian pastor and gospel minister Nathaniel Bassey has been invited to minister at the presidential inaugural prayer breakfast of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump on January 20, 2025 in Washington, D.C. A media report that the event, a non-governmental and non-political gathering, will be hosted by Reverend Mary Turner ahead of the swearing-in ceremony of President-elect Donald Trump and the Vice President-elect J.D. Vance. The renowned gospel artist from Akwa Ibom is no stranger to the United States. In 2024, the mayor of Albany, New York, declared October 6 as Pastor Nathaniel Bassey Day in the city. The Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo has ordered an immediate crackdown on the attackers responsible for the killing of 2 farmers on Friday in the Odoakpe community of Kababulno local government area in Kogi State. Ododo issued the directive in a statement signed by the Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Kingsley Farmo, and shared with journalists in Lokoja. The governor said that he had instructed the State Security Advisor Jerry Omodora to collaborate with security agencies and local vigilante groups to ensure the perpetrators are apprehended and brought to justice. 2 farmers were killed on Friday when gunmen attacked the Odoakpe community in the state's western central district. And now to the power sector, as the Transmission Company of Nigeria has announced the rationing of power supply for Abuja Electricity Distribution Company's customers in part of the Federal Capital Territory between January 6 and January 20. TCN General Manager Public Affairs Ndidi Mbaba this announcement in a statement in Abuja, saying that the rationing will be due to the authorities' road dualization project along the Akpo axis, but assured customers the power supply will be restored as soon as the towers relocation and cable stringing were completed. Abuja Electricity Distribution Company had announced an impending power interruption in part of its franchise area between January 6 and January 21st. Now, the federal government has spent over 1.2 billion naira on drug detection scanners at Nigeria's major international airports in 2024. According to details sourced from the Board J18 accountability platform, the gov spending on Friday, a payment was made on July 8, 2024 to the Ascent, the Integrated Solutions Limited. The transaction covered the supply of 2 units of fully body scanners for the Abuja and Lagos International Airport. Now, these scanners, equipped with the advanced drug detection capabilities, are designed to identify and conceal drugs and other prohibited substances on travelers, aligning with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency's intensified effort to combat illicit drug trafficking. Now, President Bola Tinubu has paid an official visit to the Oba of Lagos, Oba Riwan, at his Iga Palace, a site rich in culture and tradition. In a statement shared on X by the President, he praised the virtues of traditional institutions and their leaders, noting that traditional institutions play vital roles in shaping the society. President Tinubu disclosed that during the visit, they discussed the role of traditional institutions play in shaping the society and how they can improve on the role as partners in governance and development, emphasizing the importance of leveraging traditional values in building a cohesive society that promotes prosperity for all citizens. Away from that, the Nigerian Air Force on Saturday said it acquired 12 additional fighter aircraft to boost the operational capabilities of the force. Now, the new additions to the NAV fleet include two King Air 360 light transport aircraft store and a 4 T-129 attack helicopters, against Westland 109 trackers, and 4 DS-62 surveillance aircraft. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, said these during a parley with NAV veterans residents in Kaduna State. Abubakar added that moving forward, the NAV is poised to take delivery of 24 fighter aircraft and additional 10 109 Augusta Westland Tracker helicopters from Italy. Still on security matters, former governor of Sokoto State, Ahiru Bafarawa, has alleged that notorious terrorists and bandits kingpin Bello Turji had mobilized his men and launched attacks in communities along the Zamfara-Sokoto axis, calling on the government to intervene. Reports have indicated that Turji, whose relatives were allegedly detained by the security operative for alleged terrorist act, issued on the 1st January 2025 deadline for his relative to be freed. Local in the affected communities had told journalists that Turji and his men had since launched attacks on the communities, particularly those in the Shinkafi local government area, causing hundreds to flee to supposedly safer locations. The police command in Jigawa State has confirmed 9 persons dead and 4 others injured in a communal clash that occurred in the state. The police public relations officer in the state, DSP Lawana Shishu, confirmed the incident in a statement issued to newsmen in Duse, stating that the incident occurred at Gululu village in Maigalego government area. He explained that the incident occurred after a resident of the village discovered that a shop in the area was broken and goods looted by unknown persons. Imo State Governor Senator Hope Uzodimma and his wife Choma Uzodimma have celebrated a decade of marital bliss. The special occasion took place at the Government House Chapel in Owerri, Imo State capital, with a holy mass presided over by the auxiliary bishop of Olu Diocese. In attendance were senators, governors, and other dignitaries who came to honor the couple. Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports from Owerri.
It was a moment of joy and thanksgiving as the governor and his wife celebrated the occasion in an atmosphere of love and gratitude. In his sermon, the bishop emphasized the importance of love, unity, and faith in sustaining a successful marriage.
But if I have a child, I tell him that child, you are bad, you are bad, you are bad. Yeah, but then he sees, okay, since mom says I'm bad, let me be bad. About that child. If you tell that child, you are going to do well, you will do well, you do well, you do well, then that will spur him or her up to do something better. We can change our story about our people.
Governor Uzodimma expressed gratitude to God for the gift of his wife and the journey of their union, thanking the guests for their presence and support.
Marriage is not easy. The Bible telling us, wife, respect your husband. Husband, love your wife. It's very easy to say, but it's not very easy to keep. But in my own, today, my wife can testify. I've done my best to keep to this biblical.
Lagos State Governor Senator Adams Oshomole spoke on behalf of the governors and senators present at the event.
I can clearly see that it's been a happy journey, a one that truly God has blessed, God has endowed, and we're grateful that we're witnessing or we have witnessed today's event.
I think Governor Hope, NNPC need people like you as maintenance officers so that their turnaround maintenance will not be on and off. You will be sustained, continuous, and renewed. Because anybody who saw you in the church, and even now, Madam, my brother did try.
The celebration was marked by the cutting of the anniversary wedding cake, music from different artists, and other performances that graced the couple's exemplary marital life.
Can I have O?
Oh,
A V?
V.
And E?
Governor Zodima's 10th wedding anniversary serves as a testament to the enduring power of love and unity. As families, friends, and well-wishers celebrate this milestone with them, it also highlights the importance of strong family values in leadership. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Express, coming to you live from the nation's capital. When News Express returns, Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum subsidizes petrol at 600 naira per litre for farmers in the state. We shall bring you these details as well as foreign business and sports stories after this short break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us on the news. Allow to business news. All marketers under the auspices of Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria have charged the federal government to privatize the government-owned refineries, encourage competition, enhance transparency and accountability in those regions. This is coming as the marketers urge many to invest in infrastructure to improve operations within these dimensions. We shall go on a very quick break, everyone, and once we return from the break, we'll be looking at top foreign stories and the spots. Do stay with us. I'll be right back. Welcome back. Still on the News Express, the federal government has allocated 132 billion naira to support farmers and farming activities in 2025. These allocations, disclosed in the 2025 Appropriation Bill, forms part of a broader plan under the National Agricultural Development Fund, aimed at tackling poverty, low productivity, and limited access to resources which have long hindered agricultural growth in Nigeria. Now, the fund, signed by the former President Muhammadu Buhari in October 2022, is established to drive agricultural development and serves as a critical vehicle for financial support and policy implementation. Meanwhile, Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum says the state government will subsidize the cost of petrol to farmers in communities affected by insurgency. Zulum announced the subsidy in Bama town when he flagged off the distribution of the farm input to over 5,000 farmers hitherto displaced by Boko Haram insurgents. According to the governor, a litre of petrol sold between 1,000 and 1,200 naira in Maduguri will be subsidized to the farmers at 600 naira per litre. The Central Bank of Nigeria has again clarified that the 1,000 staff members who opted out of service in December 2024 were not forced to quit their jobs. The CBN Governor Olayemi Kadoso started this in Abuja at an investigative hearing of the House of Representatives Ad hoc Committee probing the circumstances leading to the exit of the staff members and how the sum of 50 billion naira severe package for the affected persons was arrived at. Kadoso, represented by the Deputy Director of Corporate Service of the CBN Balabello, added that the affected persons opted to disengage through the voluntary early exit program with payment of full benefit. And now in a move to simplify immigration processes and address key concerns, New Zealand has announced several changes to its visa employment requirement. These include removing wage threshold for the AEWV and the SPWV roles, reducing the experience requirement for migrants, and introducing new pathways for seasonal workers. The experience requirement for the migrants will be reduced from 3 years to 2. This ensures migrants are sufficiently skilled while addressing key issues raised during the consultation. Now, the foreign news, local authorities have reported a fire at the vegetable market in North China killed 8 people and injured 15. The district people's government said after the blast in the city that the northwest of Beijing had injured have been taken to a hospital for treatment and are currently not in life-threatening danger. The district government added that the fire at the Lugang market broke out at around 8:40 a.m. local time and was extinguished after 10 a.m. Now, United States President Joe Biden will award Presidential Medal of Freedom to 19 honorees, bestowing the highest civilian honor in the United States to entertainers, sports stars, politicians, and diplomats. The White House said in a statement that among those to receive the honor from the outgoing U.S. President are singer and activist Bono-based basketball legend Evan Magic Johnson, longtime fashion editor Hannah Wilton, and the football superstar Lionel Messi, actors Denzel Washington and Michael Jeffs, and the fashion designer Ralph Lauren, among others. Now, lastly, on the news at sports, Nigeria's Gassim Abdul Salam has been selected by the Confederation of African Football (CAF) as one of the center referees expected to officiate at the 2024 African Nations Championship, a biennial continental tournament meant solely for African players plying their trade in their countries. The various local national leagues. Abdul Salam was the only Nigerian referee listed in the 65-man roster of officials released by CAF on its website. Now, there's been a very heavy snowfall in the Liverpool area over the last 24 hours, though it is expected to clear prior to Sunday's slated 4:30 p.m. kickoff. However, the potential for lingering the hazardous conditions, particularly around the stadium and the surrounding areas, could jeopardize the game. The safety of players, staff, and supporters remain paramount, and any deterioration in conditions was in danger of forcing edition to postpone. And that's our package on News Express, coming to you live from the nation's capital. Keep watching Global Television and follow us on news at our online platform at Global TV NG, on DSTV channel 365, StarTimes channel 276, and free to air on NICOMSAT. On behalf of the entire production team, we say thank you for joining us on News Express. My name is Edeka Michael. See you again.